If we were seeing gasoline prices really charging higher, that would signal that there were real concerns about a number of these refineries, whether it's in Mississippi, Alabama, or in Louisiana there. But because we haven't seen that on the gasoline side of things, that's somewhat of a signal that we should see once power returns, they're probably going to be pretty much okay. On the crude side of things, seeing that really coming off too is also a signal. Gulf of Mexico production was knocked out by like 95% on Monday, but we're going to be seeing that returning sequentially in the days ahead. So really, it's sort of a net bearish situation at the moment for crude because that production is going to return quicker than those refineries. And so that's why we're seeing the response we are in the prices.
So, Matt, what do you think the impact is going to be in the short to medium term when it comes to Gulf imports and exports?
Well, the export side of things on the crude side, that they come out of predominantly Corpus Christi and out of Houston and Texas there. And so the export side of things are going to be relatively unaffected. What you are going to see is the issue with these refineries on, sort of the eastern side there, which are, there's still debris in the waterways here. They haven't got power at the refineries. And so it's sort of 400,000 barrels a day, something like that, in terms of those crude imports that are not going to be coming in. So that's what we're going to be seeing on the flow side of things. One thing to say as well, Dan, is that we're still not quite at the peak of Atlantic hurricane season. That comes at a week on Friday here. So you're still going to see more storms potentially heading across the Atlantic and going into the Gulf over the next week or two.
That's exactly right. And this is something that oil market investors are pretty used to by now. But Matt, is there any early indication on how soon we might be able to see those refineries back up and running and exports and imports resuming at normal pace?
Well, I think it's really going to come down to the power side of things. It seems that there isn't too much damage just because of the signal that we're getting from that gasoline price there. So whether it's 1 week, 2 weeks, something like that's what it seems like, rather than that kind of worst case scenario where you can see a refinery flooded and equipment damaged, or that way it gets knocked out for 1-2 months. And so at this point, it seems as if it isn't that worst case scenario. So it's a matter of weeks rather than anything else.